पुष्पदम्मास।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम
नमो
नमो भगवते
भगवते वासुदेवाय।
वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम
ओम
नमो
नमो भगवते
भगवते
वासुदेवाय।
वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम
ओम
नमो
नमो
भगवते
भगवते
वासुदेवाय।
वासुदेवाय।
In Jaradha Madhav, we'll discuss the first five verses of Purushottam Yoga. जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी।
जय
जय
राम
राधा माधव, जय कुंज बिहारी।
बिहारी।
गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी।
जय
गोपी
गोपीजन
जन
वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी।
गिरिवरधारी।
यशोदानन्दन व्रजजन रञ्जन।
यशोदानन्दन
यशोदानन्दन
व्रज जन
व्रज रञ्जन।
रञ्जन।
यशोदानन्दन व्रजजन रञ्जन।
यशोदानन्दन
यशोदानन्दन
व्रज
व्रज
जन
जन
रञ्जन।
रञ्जन।
यमुनातीरा वनचारी।
यमुना तीरा वनचारी।
यमुनातीरावनचारि।
यमुनातीरा वनचारी।
यमुना तीरा
यमुनातीरावनचारि।
वनचारी।
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी।
जय
जय
राधा
राधा माधव
माधव
कुञ्ज
कुञ्ज
बिहारी।
बिहारी।
गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी।
जय
गोपीजन
गोपीजनवल्लभ
वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी।
गिरिवरधारी।
यशोदानन्दन व्रजजन रञ्जन।
यशोदानन्दन व्रजजनरञ्जन।
यशोदानन्दन
यशोदानन्दन व्रजजन रञ्जन।
यशोदानन्दन व्रजजनरञ्जन।
यमुनातीरा वनचारी।
यमुनातीरावनचारि।
यमुनातीरा वनचारी।
यमुनातीरावनचारि।
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी।
जय राधा माधव कुञ्ज बिहारी।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे
हरे
कृष्ण
कृष्ण हरे
हरे
कृष्ण
कृष्ण कृष्ण
कृष्ण
कृष्ण
कृष्ण हरे
हरे
हरे।
हरे। हरे
हरे
राम
राम हरे राम
राम राम
राम
राम हरे
हरे
हरे।
हरे।
हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे। हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे
हरे
कृष्ण
कृष्ण
हरे
हरे
कृष्ण
कृष्ण कृष्ण
कृष्ण कृष्ण
कृष्ण
हरे
हरे हरे।
हरे। हरे
हरे राम
हरे
हरे
राम
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 राम राम
राम
हरे
हरे
हरे।
हरे।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे। Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare.
Jaya Radha Govind, Radha Govind, Radha Govind, Sri Radhe.
Jaya
Jai
Radha
Radha Govinda,
Radha
Radha
Govind,
Govinda,
Radha
Radha
Govind,
Govinda,
Shri
Shri Radhe.
Radhe.
Jaya Nitai Sachinandana, Gaura Hari Jaya, Nitai Sachinandana, Gaura Hari.
Jaya
Jaya Nitai
Nitya
Sachinandana,
Satinandana,
Gaura Hari
Hari
Jaya Nitai Sachinandana, Gaura Hari.
Jaya Prabhupada Jaya, Prabhupada Jaya, Prabhupada Jaya, Prabhupada.
Jaya
Jaya
Prabhupada
Prabhupada,
Jaya
Jaya
Prabhupada
Prabhupada, Jaya
Prabhupada
Prabhupada,
Jaya
Jaya Prabhupada.
Hari
Hari
Bol,
Bol,
Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol,
Nitai
Nitai Gaura
Gaur,
Hari
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 Bol
Bol.
Bol,
Hari
Hari
Bol
Bol, Hari
Hari
Bol,
Bol
Nitai
Nitai
Gaur,
Gaura.
Gaura
Hari
Hari Bol.
Bol.
जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य श्रोत्र शतश्री श्रीमद इस दिवान के शिला इसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी प्रभुपाद की
जय
अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की
जय
नामाचार्य शिला हरिदास ठाकुर की
Jai
जय
प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की
जय
श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की
जय
वृंदावन धाम की
जय
मथुरा धाम की
जय
जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की
जय
गंगा माई की
जय
यमुना माई की
जय
तुलसी देवी की
जय
भक्ति देवी की
जय
सामवेद भक्त वृंद की
जय।
all glories to the assembled devotees
हरे कृष्णा
all glories to the assembled devotees
हरे कृष्णा
all glories to the assembled devotees
हरे कृष्णा
all glories to Sri Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschat Deshatarine Sarvam Shri Krishna Arpanamastu Krishne Matirastu Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्णा
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om
नमो
Namo
भगवते
Vasudevaya.
वासुदेवाय
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo
नमो भगवते
Vasudevaya.
वासुदेवाय
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om
ॐ नमो
Namo
भगवते
Bhagavate
वासुदेवाय
Vasudevaya.
So today we are going to read from Srimad Bhagavad-Gita and we are starting chapter 15. This is the new chapter we are going to start. So we discussed chapter 14 in the last few sessions. And chapter 14 was, as we remember, Gunatraya Vibhaga Yoga. That was the modes of material nature. And Krishna was mentioning about what are the different types of modes. And in the end, he said, Mam cha yo avyabhicharena bhakti yogena sevate sagunan samatityetan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. I said that when one is totally absorbed in Krishna consciousness, then automatically one transcends the modes of material nature. And that is our original nature. Like when we say that we are never born and we never die, that nature also includes the ananda aspect. The ananda bliss aspect is that aspect which is directly in relationship with Krishna. So that eternal relationship that we have with Krishna, a unique eternal relationship. Each and every living entity has that. So now in this particular chapter, Purushottam Yoga, Krishna is describing about yoga of the Supreme Person. So I'll just share the window here. So in this, sorry?
Prabhu, I was just saying it's also right on time because we have the Purushottam Mass coming up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's all Krishna's arrangement.
The
In
timing
that
is
sense, yeah,
perfect. Yeah.
absolutely. Yes.
It's always happening like that. every occasion.
Yeah,
Krishna, yeah.
it's divine arrangement at the end of the day.
It is, it
Everything
is.
is
Oh,
happening by his will. So I think
Haribo.
that's what it is really. So in this particular Purushottam Yoga, at a very high level, here Krishna is talking about what is material world, who are the living entities, and what is spiritual world. And he's giving quite detailed explanation about all those aspects in this Purushottam Yoga. So we'll start with the first verse, Shri Bhagavan Uvacha.
Shri
Shri
Bhagavan
Bhagavan Vacha
Urdhvamulam adhashakam
Urdhvamulam
Urdhamulam
Adhashakam
Adashakam
ashwatham prahuravyayam
Ashwatham
Ashvatham Prahur
Prahuravyayam
Avyayam
chandamsi yasya parnani
Chandamsi
Chandamsi
Yasya
Parnani
Parnani
yastam veda savedavit.
Yasam
Yasvam
Vedasa
Veda Savedavit.
Word by word, Shri Bhagavan Uvacha.
Shri
Shri
Bhagavan
Bhagavan Vacha.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said,
the Supreme
The Supreme
Personality of
Personality of
Godhead
Godhead
said,
said,
Urdhvamulam,
Urdhvamulam
Urdhvamulam,
with roots above,
with
with
roots
roots
above,
above,
adhaha,
Adhaha
Adaha,
downwards,
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 shakam,
Shakam
Shakam,
branches,
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 ashwatham,
Ashwadam
Ashvatham,
a banyan tree,
a
a
banyan
banyan
tree,
tree,
prahu
Rahu
Rahu
is said,
is
is
said,
said,
avyayam,
Avyayam
Avyayam,
eternal,
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 chandamsi,
Chandamsi
Chandamsi,
the Vedic hymns,
the
the
Vedic
Vedic
hymn,
hymns,
yasya,
Yasya
Yasya,
of which
of
of
which
which
parnani,
Parnani
Parnani,
the leaves,
the
the
leaves,
leaves,
yaha,
Yah
Yaha,
anyone who,
anyone
anyone
who
who,
tam,
tam
Tam,
that,
that
that,
Veda
Veda
Veda,
knows,
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 saha,
Saha
Saha,
he,
he
he,
Vedavit,
Veda
Vedavit,
the knower of the Vedas.
the
the
knower of
knower of the
the
Vedas.
Vedas.
Translation: the Supreme Personality of Godhead
The
The
Supreme
Supreme
Personality of
Personality of
Godhead
Godhead
said,
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 it is said
it is
it
said
is said
that there is
that
that
there
there
is
is
an imperishable
an
an
imperishable
imperishable
banyan tree
banyan tree
banyan tree
that has
that
that
has
has
its roots
its
its
root
roots
upward
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 and its branches
and its
and its
branches
branches
down,
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 and whose leaves
and
and
whose
whose
leaves
leaves
are the Vedic hymns.
are the
are the
Vedic
Vedic
hymns.
hymns.
One who knows
One who
One who
knows
knows
this tree
this
this
tree
tree
is the knower
is
is
the
the
knower
knower
of the Vedas.
of the
of the
Vedas.
Vedas.
So here Krishna is, so of course Bhagavan, so Bhagavan, important to understand what Bhagavan means. Aishwaryasya samagrasya viryasya yashasa shriya jnana vairagya sannati bhaga itingana. So Parashara Muni has given the definition of who is Bhagavan, who has got all opulence, Aishwaryasya Samagrasya, all power, Viryasya, uh, uh, Aishwaryasya Samagrasya, Viryasya, Yashasa. Yasha is fame, Shriya is beauty, and Jnana and Vairagya, knowledge and renunciation. So all this, one who possesses in full is Bhagwan. That is a term that is given by Parashara Muni, who is the father of Vedavyasa. So this is the definition of Bhagwan. So there is a difference between Bhagwan and the living entities. So there is Brahma, Pramada, Vipralipsa, and Karana Patva. So the living entities, they are susceptible to commit mistakes. Brahma, the Pramada, they are under they can be under the control of illusion. Illusion in the sense that we consider something that is relatively real to be absolutely real. For example, the body is not absolutely real; it is relatively real. Why it is relative real? Because the moment the consciousness goes out of my body, the body has got no value. So the consciousness is absolutely real because that's on the basis of which the body is actually having the life force in it. The moment the consciousness goes away, the life force is also goes away from the body, and the body is dead. So this is the difference. So illusion, commit mistakes, illusion, karana patva. That means karana apatva. So that means the senses are imperfect. And then and vipralipsa. There is a tendency to cheating propensity. So these four are basically the living entities because they are anu. They are minute particles whose real existence is always in relationship with Krishna. Just like Prabhupada gives the example, the finger, the use of this finger is in relationship with my body. If the finger is taken off from my hand, it has no value. The real value comes for the finger when it is attached to the body. So exactly in the same way, my real value, all the living entities' real value is when we understand our connection with Krishna. Then we are in a state of blissfulness, irrespective of what happens in the material world. And this particular verse now is talking about what is material world. Krishna gives a metaphor about what is material world. He says that urdhva moolam. Moolam is the root, urdhva is on the top. So the roots are on the top. Adha shakham. Shakham is the branches, adha means downwards. So the roots are at the top and the branches are at the bottom. Where do we see that? We see that particular thing when we are standing near a river bank, for example, the bank of the river, and say a tree is there just near the river. When we see the reflection of the tree in the river, we'll see that the roots are at the top and the branches are at the bottom because it's a reflection. So that is what is the material world. Urdhva moolam adha shakha. The material world is a perverted reflection of the spiritual world. So, for example, in the spiritual world, this relationship, in the spiritual world, there is pure love is there for Krishna. It is unadulterated pure love. What kind of love is that? That is where one is just wanting to love Krishna. There is no reason. So this is the difference between the material world and the spiritual world. In the material world, there is so you got kamesha, krodesha, rajoguna samudbhavam, mahashano mahapapma, vidhena miha vairinam. Krishna says in Bhagavad-Gita, in the material world, what happens is there is kama and krodha. What is kama? Kama is this, whatever I do, whatever kind of attachment I have for another person, that is based on getting something back from that person. That is what is kama. The kama, and it is all based on the sense gratificatory aspect. What gratification I'm going to get, both from mind and the senses perspective, in terms of my dealings with other people. So the whole concept in the material world is based on Atmendriya Priti Vancha Tare Bole Kam, Krishnendriya Priti Vancha Dhare Prem Nam. It is mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita The definition is given. The definition is when my whole focus is only on my sense gratification, then that is in the mode of passion. It is, but the challenge that we have in this material world is that the moment I get this material body, the only thing that I think of is of this material body, or sometimes I might think of my mind as well. But I never am situated in the fundamental fact that my real existence is based on consciousness. So na jayate mriyate va kadachit nayam bhutva bhavita vana bhuya ajo nityam shashvatoyam purano na hanyate hanyamane sharire. Krishna mentions in the second chapter to Arjuna that we, as eternal part and parcel of Krishna, are never born. And because we are never born, we never die. So who is taking birth and who is dying? That is the false ego. The false ego, my association with the false ego is causing me to take birth after birth after birth. So we have got this bhumi, rapa, anala, vayu, kham, mana, buddhi, and ahankar. So bhinna prakriti ashtadha. Krishna says these are my 8 separated energies: earth, water, fire, air, space, and then mind, intelligence, and false ego. So you got the gross body, which is earth, water, fire, air, space, and then you got the subtle body, the mind, intelligence, and false ego. And the mind, intelligence, and false ego is like it's like an unlimited storage of all my experiences that I have been experiencing since time immemorial. Like I do not know when my whole journey of this existence in material world started. Anadi Bahirmukha Jeev. Right? It is mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita that the Jiva, the living entity, is Anadi, without any beginning, Bahirmukha. Bahirmukha means not looking at Krishna. So there is Antarmukha and there is Bahirmukha. Antarmukha is when I know that Krishna is there within my heart. Krishna is there everywhere. And I am always conscious of Krishna. That is Krishna consciousness. When my consciousness is always focused on Krishna, irrespective of where I am, that is Krishna consciousness. But what happens in my material existence when I get this particular body is there is material consciousness. That means the moment I get this body, the only focus is on this body and whatever is related to this body. This is what is janasya mohoyam aham mameti. There is a verse in Srimad Bhagavatam. It says, Pumsam stri mithuni bhavametam tayor mitho hridaya granthi rahur ato graha kshetra sutapta vitter janasya mohoyam aham mameti. Very beautiful verse. What it's saying is that the whole existence in this material world is starting based on this material attraction that people have for each other. So when that happens, tayor mitho hridaya granthi. So basically, the hard knot in the heart, a hard knot of material existence. So basically, I've given this example in one of the previous discussions that we had. The situation is like a person is trying to hold on to the tree and then asking the tree to leave me. It's like a foolish proposition, right? I'm holding on to a tree and I'm saying, tree, please leave me. Tree, please leave me. Tree is never going to leave me. I have to leave the tree. So exactly that is the situation, unfortunately, in the conditioned state of existence. What is happening is there is so much hridaya granthi, that the hard knot of material existence, because since time immemorial, the only thing that I know is that I am this body and whatever is related to this body is mine. Maham mameti. That is the only thing. So because that is so strong, I somehow do not pay any attention to the actual existence of my actual existence. What is my actual existence? The only existence is consciousness. If there is no consciousness, I'm not there. Right? The whole, like the moment the consciousness is gone from my body, the body has got no value. So that is why that is part of the absolute reality. That relationship, the consciousness that I have, and the relationship that this consciousness has with the supreme consciousness, Paramatma, Param Brahma, Param Dhama. So Aham Brahmasmi. That is this Veda Vakya which says that Aham Brahmasmi. The impersonalists interpret it in a different way. Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya. The impersonalists, for impersonalists, there is only one. There is no two. The moment, that's why it's called Advaita. The impersonalist philosophy is called Advaita. That means non-dual. So there is no duality. So the moment there is duality for an impersonalist, that means they are in Maya. But from the perspective of a Vaishnava, the concept, the Vaishnava knows that this is a reflection of the spiritual world. This is what Urdhva Moolam Adha Shakha, Ashwatham Prahur Avyayam, Chandamsi Yasya Parnani Yastam Vedasa Vedavit. Who is the actual knower? Krishna is mentioning in this particular verse. So the metaphor that Krishna gives is the roots are at the top, the branches are at the bottom. That means all the variegatedness that we see in this material existence, that variegatedness is there also in the spiritual existence. It's just that this is a perverted reflection here. So what do we mean? Why is it perverted? Because everything is based on matter. Matter has got no individual existence in the sense that matter by itself is not conscious. It is the particle of consciousness comes inside the matter, and then the matter, that is what Krishna says, Dehi nosmin yatha dehe kaumaram yavanam jara. Because there is a proprietor of the body within the deha, there is kaumaram yavanam and jara. There is childhood, youth, and old age. The whole progression of me from the person who took birth and was a small body to now whatever body I have, and if I'm alive, then I'll grow old, and then at a particular time I will die. So this is what Dhiras Tatrana Muhyati. Krishna says a sober person does not get bewildered by these changes, because that is the nature of this material existence. That at every moment there is change, there is constant change. The spiritual world is just the opposite. Spiritual world, it is the whole existence is that there is no birth, there is no death, there is no old age, there is no disease. Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi that we have in this material existence, nothing of that exists in the spiritual world. In the spiritual world, Swarupa Siddhi it is called. Siddhi is perfection. Swarupa is our original form. So according to the Vaishnava philosophy, each and every one of us have an eternal Swarupa. We have got an eternal form in which we are constantly serving Krishna. This is a difference between the Advaita philosophy and Vaishnava philosophy. In the Advaita philosophy, once one is liberated, they have only Brahman. There is nothing else. So it's all non-dual Brahman. But what Vaishnava understands is it's there in Sri Ishopanishad as well. In Ishopanishad, the devotees are praying to Krishna, Hiranmayana Patrena Satyasya Apahita Mukham Tattvam Pushan Apavruno Satya Dharmaya Drishtaye. So, oh Krishna, please remove your glaring effulgence so that we can see your divine, beautiful, transcendental face. And when we see that, we get nourished. Our total nourishment happens. Pushan Apavruno. So this is the difference. So this particular verse is very clearly delineating the Vaishnava philosophy, actually, because it is very clearly saying that the material world is a reflection of the perverted reflection of the spiritual world. And Chandamsi Yasya Parnani, the third line in this verse, it is saying that the leaves are like the Vedic hymns. So the Vedic hymns, one of the interesting thing about the Vedic hymns is it is on the platform of mode of goodness. But Vedesha Sarver Ahameva Vedyo, Vedanta Krit Vedanta Vedeva Chaham. Krishna mentions among everything in Vedas, Krishna is to be known. That is what Krishna says in Bhagavad-Gita. Vedanta Krit Vedanta Vedeva Cha Aham. That I am the, so as Veda Vyasa, Dvaipayana Veda Vyasa, he is the creator of the Vedas, and he is the knower of the Vedas. The original knower of the Vedas is Krishna. So this is Ashwatham. Ashwatham, the word in the second line, the first word, Ashwatham Prahur Avyayam. So Avyayam. So this it is kind of eternal as well, in the sense that there is constantly this material world is getting created and constantly getting destroyed. At a microcosm level, as a living entity, there is punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani jatare shayanam. As Srila Shankaracharya says, they're constantly taking birth, constantly dying, constantly in one womb of mother. That is at the microcosm level, at our individual living entity level. But at the macrocosm level, at the universal level, the same thing is again happening. Constantly, there is this creation of this material world. That's why Brahma Bhuvana Loka Punaravartino Arjuna Mamupete tu Kaunteya Punarjanmana Vidyate. Krishna says that from the Brahma Loka onwards. So this is a very interesting thing as well. Brahma Loka is supposed to be the topmost planetary system, and even that Loka, it is constantly created and constantly being destroyed. So Goloka Namni Nijadhamni Talecha Tasya Devi Mahesha Haridhamu Suteshu Teshu. So Goloka Vrindavan Dham, that is a spiritual abode of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Sri Krishna. That is where he is eternally performing his pastimes. And this is what, how do we get there? Janma karmam cha me divyam evam yo veti tatvata. When in truth, in total experience, one understands that Krishna's birth and Krishna's activities are divine. So initially it could be theoretical, but we have to at each and every cell of our existence, we have to totally understand that Krishna's birth and Krishna's pastimes are divine. Evam yoveti tatvata tyaktva deham punarjanmam naiti. Krishna says, after giving up this body, one does not get another material body. So what happens to such a person? Mameti so Arjuna. Krishna says that such a person comes back to me, back home, back to Godhead. So the important thing here is this understanding that, that's why Krishna is personally coming and performing his pastimes in Bhaumya Vrindavan, in the material Vrindavan, so-called material Vrindavan. It is not, why I'm saying so-called is because when the Lord has appeared, that place actually is spiritual. It is the material eyes will see material places. But when there is premanjana churita bhakti vilochanena, when the eyes are anointed with a salve of love for Krishna, santa sadaiva hridayeshu vilokayanti. That saintly person is constantly seeing Krishna everywhere and in the heart as well, because sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishta. Krishna says, I am in the heart of all the living entities. So this is what this particular verse is informing us is the nature of this material existence, that it is a perverted reflection. So therefore, so that means the spiritual variegatedness, the variety that we experience in this material world is also there in the spiritual world. But in the spiritual world, there is no birth, there is no death, there is no old age, there is no disease. One is in their original transcendental divine form, constantly in service of Krishna, and that is Pratipadam Purna Amrita Swadanam. As Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu mentions in Shikshashtakam, every moment there is constant increase in bliss in service of Krishna. So there is no concept of time as we understand here. In this material world, the concept of time is coming because I'm taking, there is a particular time when this particular body came into existence. That is called the time and date of birth. From that time, the actual concept of time has started in this particular body. But when we look at the spiritual existence, there is no concept of time, there is no concept of space. The space and time is coming into existence when I have this material body. But when in the spiritual existence, katha ganam natyam gamanam api, very beautiful. In the Brahma Samhita, it is said that every talk is like a song. It's just a metaphor to understand how blissful our original existence is. And an interesting thing here is that we are all eternally in connection with Krishna. That connection is never lost. The losing of connection is we are in the perception that we have lost it because I think that I am this body. The moment I understand that the only relationship that I have is with Krishna, and all other relationships are based on my eternal relationship with Krishna, then nashto moha smritir labdhva tvat prasadan maya chuta sthitosmin gata sandeha karishye vachanam tava. This is what Arjuna says in the end after receiving all the Bhagavad Gita instructions. Arjuna says that now my illusion has got destroyed. It has been destroyed. Nashto moha smritir labdhva. I actually regained my original understanding. How did I know that? Tvat prasadat my achyuta. Oh Achyuta, through your costless mercy, I attained this. Sthitos mean gata sandeha. Now I am situated in the right place. All my doubts have vanquished. Karishye vachanam tava. Now I am going to do what you are saying, Krishna. So this is what was in the end. That's what Arjuna says to Krishna, and that is when we are in that situation, when we can totally focus on what Krishna says, and we experientially are situated in that place, then it does not matter where we are. The Narayana parasarve na kutashana bibhyati swarga apavarga narkeshu apitulyartha darshina. A very beautiful verse. It says that when one is totally surrendered onto Narayana Krishna, it does not matter where physically one is situated. One might be in heavenly planetary system, one might be in this middle planetary system, or one might be in the hellish planetary system. It does not matter. But that is what is yastam vedasa vedavid. Krishna is saying that one who knows that is the actual knower, that the material world is a perverted reflection of the spiritual world. Now we go to the second verse. I'll just share the screen and then we can read it together. Adhaschordvam prasritastasya shakha
Adhyastotvam prasthatastasya shakha
guna pravriddha vishaya pravalaha
Guna
Guna
pravriddha
pravriddha vishaya pravala
pravalaha
adhascha mulani anusantatani
adhascha mulani anusantatani
karmanubandhini manushya
karmanubandhini
manushaloke
manushaloke.
So word by word, adhaha,
adaha
downward,
downward
cha,
cha
and
and
urdhvam,
urdhvam
upward,
upward
prasritaha,
prasritaha
extended,
extended
tasya,
tasya
its,
its
shakhaha,
shakaha
branches,
branches
guna,
guna
by the modes of material nature,
by the modes of material nature
pravriddhaha,
pravriddhaha
developed,
developed
vishaya,
vishaya
sense objects,
sense objects
pravalaha,
pravalaha
twigs,
twigs
adhaha,
adaha
downward,
downward
cha,
cha
and
and
mulani,
mulani
roots, anusantatani,
anusantatani
extended,
extended
karma,
karma
to work, anubandhini,
anubandhini
bound, manushya
manushaloke
in the world of human society.
in the world of human society.
So translation: the branches of this tree
The branches of this tree
extend downward
extend downward
and upward, nourished by
nourished by
the three modes
the three modes
of material nature.
of material nature.
The twigs
The twigs
are the objects
are the objects
of the senses.
of the senses.
This tree
This tree
also has
also
also
has
has
roots going down.
roots
roots
going
going
down,
down,
And these are
and
and these
these
are
are
bound to
bound to
bound to
the fruitive actions
the
the
fruitive
fruitive
actions
actions
of human society.
of
of
human
human
society.
society.
Really, very wonderful metaphor, because Krishna was talking about Ashwatha, banyan tree. One of the things about the banyan tree is the roots come down as well, and then the roots kind of uh, they so from the branches the roots come down, and then they go onto the ground. So the branches of this tree, so adascha urdhvam prasritas tasya shakha. The shakha is the branches. They extend downward and upward. So 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 basically, if we imagine a tree, right? And this is a perverted tree that we are thinking about. The roots are at the top and the branches are at the bottom. So the branches are going top and bottom, upward and downward, nourished by the three modes of material nature: guna pravruddha, vishaya pravala. So guna pravruddha. So so the modes of material nature is what is sustaining this branches of the tree. So what does that mean? It means that because the modes of nature is existing, uh, the tree is having its it is so when we have the whole existence in this material world is based on modes of material nature. Tribhir gunamair bhaver ebhi sarvam idam jagat. Krishna mentions in Bhagavad Gita, sarvam idam jagat. This whole material existence is tribhir gunamair bhaver, is based on the three modes of material nature. Mohitam nabi janati mamebhya paramavyayam. When one gets enamored by these three modes of material nature, one does not know Krishna. Because actually, maya tatam idam sarvam jagadavyakta murtina machthani sarva bhutani na chaham teshu avastita. Krishna says that in the form of his energy, he is pervaded everywhere. So, ekadesha sthitas agnye jyotsna vistarini yatha parasya brahmana shaktir tathedam akilam jagat. It is mentioned in the scriptures that just like, for example, the sun, you can take the example of sun is what? It's a huge ball of fire. So that ball of fire is situated at one place, but it's spreading its brightness everywhere. Jyotsna vistarini yata. So similarly, the Supreme Goloka eva nivasati akhilatma bhuto. The Supreme Personality of Godhead Sri Krishna is in Goloka Vrindavan Dham, constantly in his eternal pastimes with his transcendental eternal devotees. But his energies are pervading everywhere. He's got his antaranga shakti and bahiranga shakti, his internal energy and the external energy. And we are tatastha shakti. We are a combination of internal and external energy of Krishna, marginal potency. So that means originally as consciousness, we are the internal energy of Krishna. But the moment I think I am this body, mind, intelligence, false ego, I'm external energy, right? So I'm associating myself with the external energy. So it's an interestingly little bit precarious condition we are in, uh, because the whole it's interesting why it is called a material world, because matter is prominent. Uh, Whatever we see in this material world is actually matter. But how do we see everything in this material world? If I don't have consciousness, I won't be able to see anything. So it is because consciousness is there, I am able to see, I'm able to hear, I'm able to taste, I'm able to smell, I'm able to touch. All these jnanendriyas and the karmendriyas, everything is acting because Dehi is there. The proprietor of the body is there. So that is when I can get back to this understanding and be situated in that understanding that I am never born and I will never die. And this is like an instrument that Krishna has given to me. Nimitta matram bhava savya sachin. Yantra rudhani mayaya. Ishvara sarvabhutanam hriddeshe arjuna tishtati. Brahmayan sarvabhutani yantra rudhani mayaya. Krishna very beautifully mentions, he actually says that it is a yantra. Yantra means machine, literally. And what is this machine made up of? Maya. What is Maya? Srila Prabhupada actually explains in one of the purports. Ma means not, and ya means this. That is what. So not this. What does it mean? That means this is a relative reality. It is not an absolute reality. So that understanding. So Devi Hesha Gunamai Mama Maya Duratyaya. Duratyaya. Krishna says, extremely difficult to overcome my Maya because it's Krishna's energy. It is not. So his energy is as powerful as him in many ways because he has personally invested his power. So what is Durga Devi doing? Srishti Sthiti Pralaya Sadhana Shakti Rekha Chayeva Yasya Bhunani Bibharti Durga Ichhanu Rupam Apicha Cheshtate Sa Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami. It's said in Brahma Samhita. It is said about Durga Devi. That is so Maya Devi. In a sense, is Durga Devi as well. She is Durga means castle. So this material existence is like a Durga. It's like a castle in which the living entities, until the time they are ready to come out of the castle, they cannot come out. Like they have to. Durga Devi ensures that they are within the castle. Durga. Srishti Sthiti Pralaya Sadhana Shakti Rekha. So she is the energy behind Srishti, Sthiti, and Pralaya, creation, maintenance, and dissolution. She's the energy. Chayeva Yasya Bhunani Bibharti Durga. Like a chaya, it's like a shadow potency. Ichhanu Rupam Apicha Cheshtate Sa. Krishna's whatever ichha, whatever his will is, Durga Devi is acting according to that. That's why Krishna says, Mamevaya prapadyante mayam etam tarantite. When someone surrenders onto me fully, I will ensure that the person can cross over this seemingly insurmountable Durga, this castle. So that is what is Guna Pravruddha here. That Guna Pravruddha is that influence of the material energy of the Lord when we are in this material universe, Durga Devi. Vishaya Pravalaha. So the twigs are the objects of the senses. So that means when I am in the mode of say passion, the only thing that I desire is sense gratification. So in the mode of passion, this is what is Kamesha, Krodesha, Rajo Guna Samudbhavam. Krishna says that. So what is the symptoms of Raja Guna, the mode of passion? It is Kama and Krodha. It is basically when one is in a state of so passion for material objects. That is Rajoguna. So I see something and I want that. If I don't get it, I feel angry about it because I want it and I didn't get it. Or if I get it, that so-called happiness will not last for a long time. I have another desire that will come up. That is why Apurya Manam Achalam Pratishtam Samudram Apas Pravishanti Yadvat Tadvat Kamayam Pravishanti Sarve Sa Shantim Apnoti Na Kama Kami. Krishna says in Bhagavad-Gita that it's not that the challenge is as long as I have this material body, the material desires are bound to come because the fact that I have this material body means that I have material desires. It's like a catch-22 situation. So how do we come out of this catch-22 situation? Focusing on the mind on Krishna. Man mana bhava mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru. Mame vaishyasi yukta evam atmanam mad parayana. Krishna says, give your mind to me. That means what? Whenever there is free time, the mind has to focus on Krishna. Krishna's statements in Bhagavad-Gita, Krishna's pastimes, eternal pastimes. And it is if one this is a thing, that is what is called raso vaisaha. One of the things about Krishna is full of rasa. Ananda chinmaya rasa prativhavit abis. Tabirya eva nija rupataya kalabi. So the Lord, unlimited bliss. He is an embodiment of unlimited bliss. And we are part and parcels of Lord, and we have that bliss as well. So the main thing is the mind, when it can get focused on Krishna, then one is not in Vishaya Pravala, what is mentioned here. It is not going after sense objects. And then here, Adascha Mulani Anusantatani. The tree has also its roots going down. Karmanu Bandhani Manushya Loke. And the roots going down is like that, the binding that one has through karma. So what is happening through karma is, whenever if I am doing any activity with an intention of getting something back in return, that I will do this pious activity so that I get some pious credits back in return. Until the time I have that state of mind, I cannot come out of this material world. The real state of mind is yajnartha karmana, anyatra lokoyam karma bandhana. When all the activities are done as an offering of love to Krishna, that, oh Krishna, this is offered at your lotus feet, and whatever comes out of it, it is your costless mercy. If we do it from that perspective, then we are not getting anything back in return. So then there comes a time when one is not bound by one's actions. But until the time one is having the desire to get something back, this existence in this material body has to continue. So that is what is mentioned in this particular verse. Now we go to the next verse. So it's a combination of third and fourth verse together. I'll just share the screen. न रूपम् अस्येह तथोपलभ्यते
न रूपम्
अस्येह
अस्येह
ततोपलभ्यते
तथोपलभ्यते
नान्तो न चादिर्न च सम्प्रतिष्ठा
नान्तो
नान्तो
न
न
चादिर्न
चादिर्न
च
च
सम्प्रतिष्ठा
सम्प्रतिष्ठा
अश्वत्थमेनं सुविरूढमूलम्
अश्वत्थमेनं
अश्वत्थमेनं
सुविरूढमूलम्
सुविरूढमूलम्
असङ्गशस्त्रेण दृढेन चित्वा
असङ्गशस्त्रेण दृढेन
असङ्गशस्त्रेण
चित्वा
दृढेन चित्वा
ततः पदं तत् परिमार्गितव्यम्
ततः
ततः
पदं
तत् परिमार्गितव्यम्
परिमार्गितव्यम्
यस्मिन् गता न निवर्तन्ति भूयः
यस्मिन् गता
यस्मिन्
न
गता
निवर्तन्ति
निवर्तन्ति
भूय
भूयः
तमेव चाद्यं पुरुषं प्रपद्ये
तमेव
तमेव
चाद्यं
चाद्यं
पुरुषं
पुरुषं
प्रपद्ये
प्रपद्ये
यतः प्रवृत्तिर्प्रसृता पुराणी
यतः
यतः
प्रवृत्तिः
प्रवृत्तिर्प्रसृता
प्रसृता
पुराणी
पुराणी
ब्यूटिफुल वर्स न
न
not
not
रूपम
रूपम
रूपं
the form
द
the
फॉर्म
form
asya
अस्य
asya
of this tree
ऑफ
of this tree
iha
iha
in this world
in this world
tatha
तथा
tatha
also
also
upalabhyate
upalabhyate
can be perceived
can be perceived
na
na
never
never
antah
antah
end
end
na
na
never
never
cha
cha
also
also
adihi
adihi
beginning
beginning
na
now
never
never
cha
cha
also
also
sampratishtha
sampratishtha
the foundation
the foundation
ashwatham
ashwatham
banyan tree
banyan tree
enam
enam
this
this
suvirudha
suvirudha
strongly
strongly
moolam
moolam
rooted
rooted
asanga shastrena
asangasastrena
by the weapon of detachment
by the weapon of detachment
dridhena
dridena
strong
स्ट्रॉन्ग
strong
chitva
chitva
cutting
cutting
atah
atah
thereafter
thereafter
padam
adam
situation
situation
tat
tat
that
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 parimargitavyam
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 has to be searched out.
has to be
has to be
searched out.
searched out.
Yasmin,
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 where
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 gataha,
gataha
Gataha
going,
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 na,
na
na,
never,
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 nivartanti,
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 they come back.
they come back.
they come back.
Bhuyah,
Bhuyaha
Bhuyaha,
again.
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 Tam,
Tam
Tam,
to him.
to
to
him.
him.
Eva,
Eva
Eva,
certainly.
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 Cha,
Cha
Cha,
also.
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 Adyam,
Adyam
Adhyam,
original.
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 Purusham,
Purusham
Purusham,
the personality of Godhead.
the
the
personality
personality
of
of
Godhead.
Godhead.
Prapadye,
Prapadde,
Prapadye
surrender.
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 Yataha,
Yataha
Yataha,
from whom.
from
from
whom.
whom.
Pravrittihi,
Pravritti
Pravrittihi,
the beginning.
the
the
beginning.
beginning.
Prasrita,
Prasrita
Prasrita,
extended.
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 Purani,
Purani
Purani,
very old.
very
very
old.
old.
Translation: the real form of this tree
The
The
real
real
form of
form
this
of this
tree
tree
cannot be perceived
cannot be
cannot be
perceived
perceived
in this world.
in this
in
world.
this world.
No one can understand
No
No
one can
one can
understand
understand
where it ends,
where it
where
ends,
it ends,
where it begins,
where it
where
begins,
it begins,
or where its foundation is.
or where
or
its
where
foundation
its
is.
foundation is.
But with determination,
But
But
with
with determination,
determination,
one must cut down
one
one
must cut
must cut
down
down
this strongly rooted tree
this
this
strongly
strongly
rooted
rooted
tree
tree
with the weapon of detachment.
with the
with the
weapon of
weapon of
detachment.
detachment.
Thereafter,
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 one must seek that place
one
one
must
must
seek
seek
that
that
place
place
from which,
from which,
from which,
having gone,
having
having
gone,
gone,
one never returns.
one never
one never
returns.
returns.
And there,
And there,
And there,
surrender to that
surrender to
surrender
that
to that
Supreme Personality of Godhead,
supreme
supreme
personality of
personality
Godhead,
of Godhead,
from whom
from
from
whom
whom
everything began,
everything
everything
began,
began,
and from whom
and from
and
whom
from whom
everything has extended
everything has
everything has
extended
extended
since time immemorial.
since
since
time
time
immemorial.
immemorial.
So, this is giving a very beautiful explanation of what exactly that tree is. Yeah. So, because this is an interesting uh, verse where Krishna is helping us understand that na rupam asyeha tatopalabhyate nanto cha adir na cha sampratishta. So it has, so basically we don't know when this ignorance started. Uh, this 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 existence in this material world, when it started, we do not know. That is what Krishna is saying here. Na, so it has no beginning, but in the next verse, asanga shastrena dridena chitva. So when one has got, when see the Vasudeva Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Prayojita. So when that loving devotional service to Krishna is there, Janati Ashu Vairagyam Jnanam Chaya Dahetukam. This Jnana and Vairagya. Jnana is the transcendental knowledge, and Vairagya is the detachment. So these two automatically come. They come as a side effect when one is involved in loving devotional service of Krishna. This is what. So then automatically tata padam tat parimargitatyam yasmin gatana nivartanti bhuya. So when one is attached to Krishna, then one gets detached from the material existence, and then uh, because of attachment to Krishna, one does not come back to this material existence. But the biggest challenge is that when one is in a particular situation, uh, that situation seems to be the best situation for some reason. And we have discussed this before. There is an incident which is described in the scriptures about Indra getting a curse and becoming a pig. Yeah, and then Indra is reminded that you're actually Indra. You can now become Indra. But he, in the body of pig, says that, no, I am happy as a pig. So this is the unfortunate situation. What happens is I become so much attached to my current situation that I feel that there is nothing wrong here. This Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi, birth, death, old age, and disease, seems like, what is there? It's like normal. There's nothing. What is the problem? If I am born, if I die, if I get disease, if I am old, getting old, it's everything. Everyone goes through it. So what's the problem? There's no problem. That is material existence, and see, at the end of the day, it is based on the desire of the living entity. The living entity desires that there is no problem with material existence. So then the living entity comes constantly into the material existence. When the living entity knows that this is actually suffering, dukkha doshanu darshanam, then there is vairagya, there is detachment. And when one knows that actually I am never born, I will never die, and I am eternally connected with Krishna, and when one is situated in that experience, then tadeva chadyam purusham prapadye yatta pravrti. So one totally prapadye, one is surrendered onto Krishna. And who is Krishna? Yatta pravrite prasata purani. He is the beginning of the whole creation, and from him the creation gets extended. And yatta pravrti bhutanam yena sarvamidam tatha swakarmana tamabhyarcha siddhim vindati manava. Krishna mentions in Bhagavad-Gita that from whom this whole existence is coming, Krishna. On whom everything is based, that is Krishna. Swakarmana tamabhyarcha. Whatever work I'm doing, I'll do as an offering of love to the Lord. Siddhim vindati manava. If one is in that state of existence, one attains perfection, total perfection. So that's the verse 3 and 4. And then we come to the last verse 5, that we are going to discuss in this session. And that is Nirmana Moha Jitasanga Dosha
Nirmana Moha
Jitasanga
Jitasanga Dosha
Adhyatma Nitya Vinivritta Kamaha
Adhyatma
Nityan
Nitya Vinivritta Kama
Kamaha
Dvandvair Vimuktaha Sukha Dukkha Samyek
Dvandvair
Dvandir
Vimukta
Vimuktaha
Sukha
Sukha
Dukha
Samne
Samne
Gacchantya Padam Avyayam Tat.
Gachanti
Gachanti
Mudaha
Mudha Padam
Padam
Avyat
Avyayam
Tat
Tat
So word by word, Ni,
Ni
Nihi
without,
Without
Without
Mana,
Mana
Manav
false prestige,
False
False
prestige
prestige
Moha,
Moha
Moha
and illusion,
An
and
illusion
illusion
Jita,
Jita
having
Having
conquered,
Having conquered
conquered
Sangha,
Sangha
Sangha
of association,
of
of association
association
Doshaha,
Dosha
Doshaha
the false,
The
the
false
false
Adhyatma,
Adhyatma
in spiritual knowledge,
Adhyatma
in spiritual
in spiritual
knowledge
knowledge
Nityaha,
Nitya
in eternity,
in
in
eternity
eternity
Vinivritta,
Vinivritta
Vinivritta
disassociated,
Disassociated
disassociated
Kamaha,
Kama
Kamaha
from lust,
from
from
lust
lust
Dvandvaihi,
Dvandvehe
Dvandvaihi
from the dualities,
from the
from the
dualities
dualities
Vimuktaha,
Vimukta
Vimuktaha
liberated,
Liberated
liberated
Sukha Dukkha,
Sukha
Sukha
Dukkha
Dukkha
happiness and distress,
Happiness and
happiness and
distress
distress
Samyai,
Samne
Samne
named,
Named
Gachanti,
Gachanti
Gachanti
attain,
Attain
Amodhaha,
Amudha
Amudaha
unbewildered,
Unbewildered
Unbewildered
Padam,
Padam
Padam
situation,
Situation
Situation
Avyayam,
Avyayam
Avyayam
eternal,
Eternal
Eternal
Tat,
Tat
Tat
that.
That
That
Translation, those who are free
those
Those who
who
are
are
free
free
from false prestige,
from
from false
false
prestige
prestige
illusion,
Illusion
illusion
and false association,
and false
and false
association
association
who understand
who
who
understand
understand
the eternal,
the
the
eternal,
eternal,
who are done with
who are
who
done
are
with
done with
material lust,
material lust,
who are freed from
who
who
are
are
freed
freed
from
from
the dualities
the
the
dualities
dualities
of happiness and distress,
of
of
happiness and
happiness and
distress,
distress,
and who,
and
and
who,
who,
unbewildered,
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 know how to surrender
know how to
know how to
surrender
surrender
onto the Supreme Person,
onto the
onto the
Supreme
Supreme
Person,
Person,
attain to that
attain to
attain to
that
that
eternal kingdom.
eternal
eternal
kingdom.
kingdom.
Very beautiful verse. Huh? Nirmana moha jita sanga dosha. Nir is without mana and moha, the false prestige and attachment. Jita sanga dosha. Sanga dosha is because I think that I'm this body is attached to the sense objects. Something something nice to see, I want to see. Something nice to hear, I want to hear. Similarly, taste, smell, touch, all that, all the gyanendriyas, they are running after the sense objects. But if the eyes are so, this is what when one is in love with Krishna, then one sees Krishna everywhere. Yomam pashyati sarvatra sarvam cha mayi pashyati tasya ham na pranashyami sacha me na pranashyati. So this is like even in this material existence, generally when they talk about the material love, so when someone is in love with someone for in a material sense, they are always thinking about the other person. Just apply the same to Krishna. It's just amazing. One gets liberated, literally. That's the difference between conditioned existence and liberated existence. In conditioned existence, I am attached to a conditioned personality. And I'm always thinking about the conditioned personality. In the liberated existence, my mind is always thinking about Krishna. That is liberated existence. So that then Jita Sangha dosha. Then even though Vishaya vinivartante niraharasya dehina rasavarjam rasopyasya param drishtva nivartate. Very beautiful verse. Krishna says that when there is param drishtva, when I get a higher taste, automatically I'll give up the lower taste because my mind is getting a higher taste. So this is what they say sometimes about some child doing some naughty activities. If you get them engaged in some activity that they are interested in, which is not naughty, then they will get absorbed in that activity, and then they'll stop their naughty activities. So this is exactly the same thing in our case as well. When the mind gets bliss out of Krishna consciousness, engaging Krishna service, automatically all the sense gratificatory attachments are gone. Adhyatma nitya, the mind is totally focused on Krishna. Vinivritta kama, then all the material attachments are gone away. Dvandva vimukta, very beautiful. Huh? Dvandva, that is this material existence. Like sometimes it is extremely cold, sometimes it is hot. Matra sparshasu kaunteya shitoshna sukha dukkada agama paino anityas tam sitakshasva bharata. Beautiful verse. Huh? Krishna says that this it is coming and going. Therefore, you just bear them, O Arjuna. So that one understands that that this nothing is going to last permanently. If there is happiness, eh, it is there, and enjoy the happiness. There's nothing wrong in enjoying the happiness, but we have to know that this is not going to last forever. Similarly, when something bad is happening, we know that is also not going to last forever. So that is what is sukha dukkha samnya. Gachanti amudha. Beautiful, huh? Gachanti padam avyayam tat. When one is in that state of existence, one tad vishnoh paramam padam sada pashyanti suraya. So that padam avyayam, so one reaches that supreme state, liberated state of existence, when one can have that state of mind. Nirmana moha, jitasanga dosha, adhyatma nitya vinivritta kama, dvandvair vimukta sukha dukkha samnya. Amodha, such a person is called amodha. Modha, unfortunately, means foolish. Amodha is one who is intelligent. So such an intelligent person reaches that transcendental state of existence. So, with very beautiful verse, and it's great that we were able to discuss all these 5 verses. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai.
Jai.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gaurani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschate Deshatarine Sarvam Shri Krishnarpanamastu Krishne Matirastu
Hare Krishna.
Srimad Bhagavad-Gita ki jai.
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 Hare Krishna. So if there is any comments or questions we can discuss?
Prabhu, did I get just a quick question, like, did I get the illustration right when Krishna says that it's a banyan tree with inverted, roots to the top and then, branches at the bottom. Essentially,
Hmm.
roots to the top means that they're not holding up to anything. Is that like a correct way of looking at it?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. It's ephemeral, that's the nature of this material world. So and it's a uh, see the reflection is existing because there is something original, right? If the original was not there, the reflection will also not be there. So that is what Krishna is saying here. So the original is the spiritual world, and in spiritual world, everything is in relationship with Krishna. There is nothing that exists without relationship with Krishna. Krishna is the center of attraction. Unfortunately, in the material world, what happens? It's just the opposite. Everyone forgets Krishna. so
Mhm.
so basically, everyone is engaged in sense gratification. And one thinks that this sense gratification is giving me unlimited happiness. But what happens with sense gratificatory happiness? It is ephemeral, right?
Yeah.
It feels great at that particular moment, but we cannot hold on to it. If we try to hold on to the sense gratificatory happiness, at a certain point in time, it starts giving us sorrow, actually. Dukkha yona evate. Krishna actually says that. It's a womb of misery.
Hmm.
So basically what it means is it's all ephemeral at the end of the day, the material existence. That's why the root also, it's a reflection of the original root. So that means
Hmm.
this root does not have any substance in that sense. But if we look at the spiritual existence, it is firm, right? It is eternal, it is ever existing, and it is based on the internal energy of Krishna. The material world is based on the external energy of Krishna. So that is what is Antaranga Shakti and Bahiranga Shakti. So the internal energy is the Yogamaya. It's called the Yogamaya potency, and the external energy is called the Mahamaya potency. So the Mahamaya is Durga Devi. So Durga Devi is kind of controlling this material existence, and basing on the desires of the living entities. Like if the living entities are desiring material sense gratification, then they are constantly in this material world. If they are desiring love for Krishna, then they go into the Yogamaya potency of the Lord, and then they can get a bliss that is independent of anything material, and that is the real substance. So yes, you're right.
Yeah, because this
Yeah.
was like I think one of the descriptions that I was finding, hard to get when I was reading um the Gita, right? So I think now the way you mentioned it, it makes sense. It's essentially looking at a water, like I think that was a example that Prabhupada has given in the Gita. It's a water
Yes.
reflection. It's really not sustainable when you look at it like that. And then I think the root having no like hold, if it's upside down, I think that makes sense. So thanks very much for it, Prabhu.
A pleasure. And the reason is because of the ephemeral existence. Like, see, nothing is permanent. In this material world, nothing is permanent. So everything is constantly changing, and the spiritual world is just opposite. There is no change, and it is eternally blissful. That is what is Satchit Ananda. Sat means eternally existing. Chit means eternally conscious. Ananda means eternally blissful. That is the spiritual world. That's where there is no birth, there is no death, and it is eternal relationship with Krishna. The material world is just opposite. Asat means the existence is not. There is an existence, like we are all bodies, and we interact. This body interacts with another body, but that existence is changing constantly. It is changing. It does not have that real substance in it. The real substance is coming from consciousness. Um, so, and somehow this is the biggest challenge, that if we can always be aware of the consciousness, then we are in that Satchidananda state. But the problem that happens is, the moment I wake up in the like after my deep sleep, in the morning when I wake up, immediately, this body consciousness is there. You cannot avoid that. The body, and there's nothing wrong, right? If I want to do some activity, I have to do as a body. Like, I cannot do as a soul is not doing anything literally. Yeah? So this is what Krishna says, that prakriti kriyamanani gune karvani sarvasha ya pashyati tathatmanam akartaram pashyati. So in all those cases, the understanding is to know that I am an instrument of Krishna, and this instrument can be used as Krishna wants it to be used. I think that is an important aspect. Nimitta matram bhava savya sachin. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that, "Oh Arjuna, you become my instrument." So when we have that love for the Lord, we become His instruments. That is, yeah, it's really interesting that way.
Yeah, Prabhu. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much. Thanks for your question, Prabhu. So I think we'll go to the Narsimha Pranam Mantra now. We can chant together. Namaste Narasimhaya.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Prahlada Daine.
Prahladalaine.
Hiranyakashipu Purvakshaha.
Hiranyakashipu
Shilatankanakalaye.
Shilatankanakalaye.
Ito Narsimho Parato Narsimho.
Ito Narsimha Parato Narsimho.
Yatayato Yami Tato Narsimho.
Yato Yato Yami Tato Narsimha.
Bahir Narsimho Hridaye Narsimho.
Bahir Narsimha Hridaye Narsimha.
Narasimhamadim Sharanam Prapadye.
Narasimhamadim Charanam Prapade.
Tavakarakamalavaре Natham Adbhuta Shringa Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanu Bhringa Keshavadhrita Narari Rupa Jai Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare.
Kar Kamalavare Natham Adbhuta
Adbhuta
Shringa
Shringa
Dalita
Dalita
Hiranyakashipu
Hiranyakashipu
Tanu
Tanu
Bringa
Bringa
Keshavadhirita
Keshavadrita
Narari
Narahari
Rupa
Rupa
Jaya
Jaya
Jagadish
Jagadish
Hare
Hare
Jaya
Jaya
Jagadish
Jagadish
Hare
Hare
Jaya
Jaya
Jagadish
Jagadish Hare.
Jaya Narsimhadev Jaya Narsimhadev Jaya Narsimhadev Jaya Narsimhadev.
Jaya
Jaya
Narsimhadev
Simhadev Jaya
Jaya Narsimhadev
Narsimhadev Jaya
Jaya Narsimhadev
Simhadev Jaya
Jaya Narsimhadev
Jaya Narahari Jaya Narahari Jaya Narahari Jaya Narahari.
Jaya
Jaya Narahari
Narahari Jaya
Jaya Narahari
Narahari
Jaya
Jaya
Narahari
Narahari Jaya
Jaya Narahari
Narahari
Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Bhakta Prahlad Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya भक्त प्रहलाद
जय हो
जय
प्रहलाद
प्रहलाद
महाराज,
महाराज
जय
जय
हो भक्त
भक्त
प्रहलाद,
प्रहलाद
जय
जय
हो प्रहलाद
प्रहलाद
महाराज,
महाराज
जय
जय भक्त
भक्त
प्रहलाद
प्रहलाद।
हरि
हरि
बोल हरि
बोल
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 हरि
हरि
बोल
बोल
हरि बोल
निताय
नित्य
गौरा
गौरा
हरि
हरि
बोल
बोल
नित्य
निताय
गौर
गौर हरि
हरि
बोल
बोल,
हरि
हरि
बोल
बोल
हरि
हरि
बोल,
बोल
निताय गौर
नित्य
निताय
हरि
गौरा
बोल।
हरि
बोल
बोल। नरसिंहदेव भगवान की
जय
जय।
जय
जय
प्रहलाद महाराज की जय।
जय।
जय
जय
नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे सर्वं श्रीकृष्णार्पणमस्तु कृष्णे मतिरस्तु हरे
नमस्ते
कृष्ण।
हरे कृष्ण
हरे
हरे
कृष्ण।
कृष्णा
थैंक यू वेरी मच।
थैंक यू।
Krishna Abu, the meeting got
ओके।
cancelled, so it was nice,
ओह इज इट ओके
It
ओके
was not cancelled, but I don't think they went ahead with it. Anyways, uh, okay, Prabhu, I'll see you.
ओके
हरे
थैंक यू वेरी
कृष्ण
मच।
Hare Krishna.
टेक केयर। हरे कृष्ण।